Okay guys, today courtesy of Banggood, we have got the Q903 Brushless 4-wheel drive 1/16 scale buggy for yours truly to unbox and do a quick demo outside. Now, it is Banggood's 13th anniversary sale. There is a whole list of discount codes that they've sent me to give to you guys for you to use freely, which I'll link to below this video. So do check out those. Quite a wide variety of different vehicles, from crawlers to fast stuff to boats to planes even. Anyway, what is there to like about this? Well, as I say, first of all, it's brushless. It's completely ready to run. It comes complete with a 1000 milliamp 7.4 volt lithium battery included with it. You've got ball bearings all round in this. It comes with metal CVD drive shafts, which is always a good sign. That means if anything comes loose on the car, the drive shaft doesn't fall out and lose on the ground. It stays with the car in the event of the problem. Just like the Q902 I tested the other week, this is hobby grade. There's a full list of spare parts inside this box with everything detailed in there, exploited diagrams in the manual, so everything you could want for in the event of any problem, guys. Anyway, let me get the camera down and see just what you get for your money. Link to this below the video, by the way, folks. And I would also point out, guys, the buggy is waterproof to IPX4. Not quite sure what standard that is, but in general that means it is like semi-waterproof, but it won't put up with a total immersion on here. So what have we got? Transmitter down in the bottom of the box. Our instruction manual. Now, as I say on the instruction manual, you've got every single part listed on here, proving that it is hobby grade. As you move further on back, you've got details as to how to attach the wheelie bar, which may or may not already be on the car. You've got fully exploded diagrams showing how to take the thing apart, and in the front you've got details on how to set the transmitter up, steer the car, how to charge the battery up, etc. Speaking of that transmitter, let's get straight to that. It doesn't come with AA batteries, but I see that as a minor inconvenience. In the bottom of the box here we've got a USB charger, wheel spanner and spare body clips. Transmitter itself fairly solid, 3 AA batteries in the bottom, forwards, brake, reverse, steering on there, on the top. We've got reversible steering, steering trim, steering dual rate, which is always good, and a low and a high speed in terms of the power level. On off switch on there. But all in all, not a bad transmitter for this price point. Okay guys, let's have a look at what we get for our money with the car. So let's have it lifted up and take a quick spin around it, guys. What are we thinking? It's got the body is virtually clear with these decals put over the top, which gives it a quite unique look to my mind. It shows it on the outside of the box with the LED headlights, but on the Q902 I tested, I couldn't find the wire that contained the LED headlights, even though it refers to it in the instructions, but we shall see. Just thought this might be a bit easier doing it this way, guys, rather than spinning the camera around, which I found can be a little bit tricky on these cars. Now, while it shows in the instructions how to fit the wheelie bar is already fitted to this car. But all in all, quite a sporty looking little number. I cannot help thinking that, again, it does look like a copy of a Mini Traxxas e-Revo, or Merv as it's affectionately known to its friends. What do we think, guys? Does it look like a Mini e-Revo? No bad thing if it does, but it's the Mini e-Revo. It's a pretty good car. And these tyres, that tyre tread, pretty good. Good grippy rubber. On some of these cheaper cars, sometimes the tyres can feel very plasticky and they don't have a lot of grip, but this feels pretty good. Just remember, guys, if you like what you see today, don't forget to subscribe. Anyway, going in a little bit more detail, as I say, it should have LED lights, but I struggle to find them on the Q902, but no big issue to my mind. We've got independent suspension with metal CVD joints all round, 4-wheel drive, and I'm quite liking those anodised red shocks. And that wheelie bar hints that we might have quite a bit of power on board in the high power mode. Anyway, let me get that gorgeous body off and let's have a look what we get inside. I am expecting the layout to be quite similar to the Q902 though. That said, while these buggies are based on similar platforms, guys, obviously the difference in the tyre size and the different widths of tyres is going to substantially affect the handling of the car. So, what do we get? We actually get preloaded shocks that are adjustable with preloaded spacers on there, guys. Little impact bumper at the front, which is that's going to take a bang. Actually, that does flex inwards there, so that is designed to actually take a hit. On that, we've got our front differential, as I say, metal CVD joints in there, plastic suspension arms. Moving on back, We've got our combined receiver and ESC on the left hand side. We've got our steering servo here, which is actually a 3-wire steering servo. So if you did want to upgrade this 35 amp ESC, you could do and still retain this servo. So quite a few of these cars have got 5-wire servos. This one's got a 3-wire servo, like a conventional one, which means you could easily swap this out from and maybe put a newer, more powerful ESC and a different receiver in there. You've got the brushless motor on this side, and that 1000 milliamp lithium battery on this side. Dean's connector on here, and while it comes with the Dean's connector on the battery, you might think you might charge it through that lead. You actually charge it through the balance lead on here using the USB charger. If you can see on there, guys, that's you charge it through that white lead on the USB charger. But these things tend to charge these batteries up in about between 60 and 90 minutes depending on the charge, which is pretty darn good. Although you can, obviously, you've got the option there to connect it to your fast charger using the Dean's lead. So it gives you good options on there, guys. Moving on back, got a central brace down the middle, rear diff tucked away in there. As I say, again, metal CVD shafts all round. Will we need that rear wing? Well, they said this car will do 52 kilometers an hour, but I've not put the GPS on one of these as yet, but I may do by the end of this week. Anyway, let's have a look on the underside of the car. Okay, starting at the front with our A-arms. Central plastic under tray, which you would expect at this price point. Nice and smooth though, so nothing to catch on there. Moving on to our rear A-arms and that all important wheelie bar, which is always a good sign on something this size. Now do not be fooled by the size of that battery, guys, because when I tested the Q902, this battery was giving like about, I think it was something like 20-24 minutes worth of runtime, and that was with driving that thing flat out. Speaking of which, let's get this on charge and then get on with a quick suspension test before taking it out for a test drive in this video. Speaking of taking the battery out, guys, these cars have a really neat system. You simply turn this lever to the side there, pop that out, and the battery pops out. Simple as that. Very, very neat indeed. Okay, guys, result. This time when I've opened the packaging to get the battery charger out, I have indeed found the little LED lights that go with it to mount to the front of the car. So I'm just going to read the instructions and fit these. Excellent result. If anybody gets one of these cars, guys, then there is a link to it below the video. Plug the lights, plug into that little white socket just down there. Hopefully you can see that on camera. And to fit the lights, simply slide them through there into those little headlights. And while the LED lights simply push into the headlights there, I'm going to secure them in place with a bit of hot glue so they don't jump loose when the car's bouncing around outside. Okay, so let's plug the LED lights in there, and I've put a little dab of hot glue on either side of them there. That's the only self-assembly required on the car. Although it shows how to assemble the wheelie bar, it is already attached to the car. Okay guys, just going to do a quick suspension test. I would point out I think this car would handle well, as it is nearly as wide as its wheelbase is long. Let's just check that suspension out. Lift that front wheel until the rear just comes clear. Yeah, probably got coming up on 2 inches of travel on there. Not bad. Quite well sprung. You could probably improve the damping by putting a little more oil in there. There are oil shock absorbers as opposed to the back is very well sprung. That definitely needs more damping on the back there, but that's an easy mod to do by adding some shock oil in of a thicker weight. Again, about 1.5 to 2 inches of travel on the back there, but I think this should handle well outside. Speaking of which, let's see where that battery is on charge. Okay guys, battery's all charged up, so time to test it outside, and there are those LED lights. That should give plenty of punch at night. And that's a mini test in the dark there of the LED lights, guys. They're not bad. You wouldn't want me driving at high speed with it, but quite fun nonetheless. Okay guys, how does it handle? High speed on blacktop. Plenty of power for that wheelie bar to come into action. And it will lift that front inside wheel. Okay guys, first of all, going to run it on grass on lower speed. It's not super stable. It's getting kicked a little bit more. Oh wow, getting kicked a little bit around, a little bit more than the Q902 was, but the Q902 had like monster truck sized tyres on it. This will probably handle better on the blacktop. Speaking of which, oh man, oh yeah, now that's lifting that front inside wheel under hard corner in there, guys. There's some low speed, good brakes. Now, low speed, I would say, good guys, the brakes on these, very, very good. I know people might think a rave about the brakes, but while a fast car can get you in trouble very quickly, good brakes can get you out of trouble twice as fast.
speaking of speed, let's get it on the high speed mode now. Oh, man. Now, I wasn't quite sure about the Q902 hitting the 52 kilometers an hour. This feels quite a bit quicker. Certainly acceleration. Ooh, man. And it'll take a bump. But it's going to accelerate quicker because it's got smaller diameter tyres. So if it's got the same gearing, if that makes sense there, guys, it may well accelerate quicker with the smaller diameter tyres. As I say, oh, now on the grass, it is getting kicked around more than the Q903 is. 902 is, sorry guys. If anybody's not seen that video, I'll put a link to it below this one, as the car is kind of based on the same platform, but they've got very different handling characteristics. As I say, this is getting kicked around more on the bumps there. Flat out acceleration on grass, guys. Enough power to donut if you want. That acceleration is blisteringly quick. Struggling for grip a little bit on here. This is not this is not as grippy as Blacktop is, guys, on here, because I'm struggling a little wheelie, yet I know it's got enough power to wheelie, but that's more the surface than the car. Anyway, let's see if I can get it to wheelie. Oh yeah, we got power there for wheelie plenty. It is just this surface that's fighting against it, but on Blacktop this thing's going to be like wheelie king, no doubt on that. Yes, lifting the front wheels quite easily there. Man, and those brakes are fearsome. And boy, do you need it in here. This is a lot of car for this space, guys. A lot of car for this space. And hopefully this fits the bill of being classed as a review as well as an unboxing there, guys. Try and feel free as a sec. This is, I take it all back, guys. This thing is like a rocket. Oh, I suspect on Blacktop this thing is going to be an absolute demon. It will spin if you provoke it. Low speed handling. Got a good turning radius. Build that speed up. Very forgiving. What I would say is in the blink of an eye on there, but that means it's putting the weight towards the front of the car, so it's not going to be wanting to spinning out all the time. Hope that makes sense. Very, very forgiving, I would say. As a first RC, this would be great, yet at the same time, that acceleration is just blistering. Couldn't go far wrong with this, boys. And, as I say, it will go well over grass, provided you don't hit metal objects like that one. It does get kicked around more than the Q902 that I tested the other day. Well, link to that below the video. The Q902 is the same platform as this, but it's got bigger tyres on it, smoother grass. I have no doubt this thing would be an absolute hoot. It's not going to go through like 4-inch grass, like maybe like a larger Traxxas buggy is, but then this is only 1/16 scale, guys, but it's got enough pace to have some fun on here with it. Okay, how does it handle transitions? Fairly well is the answer. Oh, and it's got a good front bumper, that front impact bumper. Richie testing that out. Now, tell me cut that on camera, Richie boy. This thing is, take it all back about the wheeling thing there, guys. One of my LED headlights has come loose, but I've been putting it through quite a bit. Wheelie Central, when you want it.
So there we are, guys. Hope you enjoyed that review and unboxing of the Q903 from Banggood. Link to it below the video, and do bear in mind, guys, it's Banggood's 13th anniversary sale this week, so go check out the bargains using the links below this video. And this thing, guys, staggering 23 minutes runtime of yours truly driving it like an absolute lunatic. Absolutely outstanding. 1000 mAh battery, 23 minutes runtime. You know that makes sense. Well, thumbs up if you like this video, guys. Post any comments you might have in the comment section below the video, and hit the circle below to subscribe. And if you do hit the circle, don't forget to hit the bell.